Hello and welcome! This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more RimWorld, returning to a No Hope playthrough. So at the moment we are shoring up a little bit of our defenses, putting in the full assortment of traps that we have, at least at the moment. And then the next thing I'd like to do is work on our kill boxes. But one thing I am noticing, and this may be a side effect of having a power surge that cut out the charge that we had in our batteries, and just a combination of not getting good power during the day, and our wind turbines aren't really running right now. That is causing us some issues, but it looks like we're about to run out of power. So I think it's getting to that point where I'm going to have to consider building up another geothermal plant. And it looks like this is going to be a good place for us because it's not that far away from our base. I think there are some other sources of geothermal energy that I am going to look around. There's one over here, which we could chain to this one. That's fairly far from the base. Then we have another one all the way up here, which is even further away. So I think this one is kind of close-ish to one of our areas, so it wouldn't be that hard to route power, I think. But of course I have to get the steel, and if I remember correctly, to build, first off we're going to need to go power. A plant, we need 400, which we're currently sitting at 363. So I know there is a steel wall over here that I could deconstruct. That would give me steel. That's a fair distance away, though. We still have compacted steel over here to mine out. And there's other sources of compacted steel. As a matter of fact, I haven't really looked around the map. I kind of did that one hastily. When I needed steel badly, I just chose to dig there. I'm trying to see if there is a place that's a little bit more convenient. And so far I'm getting nada, so I think we're going to go ahead. There's a place over here. And in theory, that actually may be closer. Because this is our base, and then we just go straight up. Alright, we'll dig over here. But steel is kind of needed right now. I'll do 2 strips. Because I do want people to still work on smoothing out the floor, which is something that we need done. So it's getting close to nighttime. People are going to be going to bed. And we are low on stone resources as well, so that's going to make building the kill boxes a little bit challenging as well, because I'd like to make them out of stone. Now I'm probably going to remove the turrets, or at least move them. Alright, so far this is male, which should be most of our colonists. Well, no. Let's see. We've got male, 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 male. Yeah, that is most of our colonists because we have 2 females. Alright, so how bad is it? Take a look at Han. Yeah, just a medium. Alright, so we'll just have to keep an eye on it. Right now everybody's sleeping, so we'll have to see. It's not saying that anybody's in a poor state of mind right now. Okay. And they can watch TV while they eat and while they sit. So that helps, I think, for the joy. Again, batteries are running really low on power. I don't see anything actually cutting out, though. And as our solar panels come in here, I could build more solar panels. We have all this area down here that we could build them for the meantime. But any solar, I mean, an eclipse that would happen would really hurt our power. It only costs 100 to do, so I could do 3 down here. Because I know where my kill box is going to be. It's over there somewhere. So let's say we do a solar panel here. Leave a space for people to walk through. Put one there. Leave a space for people to walk through. Put another one there. And then we'll hook up the power as we need it. Matter of fact, let's just do that now. And we know we're going to need to run it at least like that. Still haven't smoothed out the floors over here. I want to get on that. Okay. Han has a little bit of a risk. Let's go ahead and take a look at Han, what's going on with him. So mostly just the drone's going to be a problem. He's in a little pain because he has a scar and probably the temperatures are getting to him. As it is wintertime. Now indoors it should be still really warm. This is probably going to be the coldest spot in the base. Everywhere else is going to be nice and toasty. This is kind of a draft or a colder spot here. Our storeroom is probably the coldest place just because as much as we have a vent allowing warmer air in there, there's no actual heaters in here. But I don't consider that big of a deal. People don't hang out in the storeroom all that often. All right, so we've got power hookup. We're going to need another line that comes over here, then another line that comes over there. So we didn't really get that much of a benefit out of this power right this second. As a matter of fact, our steel resources didn't go down all that much, so we must have been continuing to produce through smelting. I am almost done with the last of my stone chunks here, so we're getting close to the point where R2-D2 is going to have to stop with the stone cutting, and that's going to give us probably around about 400 slate blocks, somewhere around there. So here she goes with the last bit of stone that we have. So when she's done there, I'm just going to go ahead and suspend that because I don't want her really going out and getting stone blocks anywhere. I prefer her staying in the base and smelting steel or whatever she can do to improve our stock of steel. So we're going to go ahead and suspend that now. And smoothing the floor is moving along. We do have the mining jobs that are also progressing. Oh, that's the main reason we didn't have the steel drop. I kind of forgot that I did that. Why don't we just continue here? I accidentally made that a little bit bigger than I wanted to. I don't know how big this vein of steel is. We also have another vein of steel over here that I still have to mine out, which I think I am going to mine, at least what I can see. And we'll go from there. I need at least 400 to be able to build another geothermal plant, which is kind of the game plan for now. I plan on putting the kill boxes on switches so that we can turn them off when we need them to be turned off, but okay, we have a raid, so we're not going to be able to build up the defenses anymore. Looks like a rather large raid. I'm going to assume it is, yeah, it's a tribal one. Okay, so let's go through it. What's going on? Okay, a group of tribespeople are going to... They will prepare for a while, then attack. Okay. Now we know where they are. I want to make sure we're on slower speed here while they prepare. All right, now one thing I did want to take a look at, and I haven't really taken a look at. I know we have somewhere in this inventory, at least we should, a assault rifle. How about this? I'm going to go through this. So here, assault rifle information. I just want to know what its range is. So let me work through here. Okay. So it's more accurate at closer ranges. That makes sense. Okay, cooldown, stuff like that. Damage 7. Warm up. Range is 31. Okay, now that we know that, 31. Luke. Gear. Information. Range is 23. Okay. This does more damage, though. But I kind of like the fact that it can reach out and touch people a little bit further away. So if we take a look at this more awful one, it does the same amount of damage, mostly its accuracy, which is kind of what I assumed. When I was using the sniper rifle, it seemed like its accuracy was really bad. And I think it's because of the quality of the rifle. So ideally, if I were to grab a weapon here, I would want to grab R2-D2's weapon. Again, it does a lot less damage, though. So it's 5 extra damage for the charge rifle, but I really like the range of the assault rifle. Out of curiosity, how much damage does this do? 40. All right, well, I'm not too surprised that it does a lot more damage. And what does this do, out of curiosity? This does 13, so this does more damage, but obviously its range is much shorter at 18. The charge rifle only has slightly more range. And I probably have a bow in here somewhere if I haven't already sold it or dismantled it or something. But I'm actually curious what range a bow has, because I know a bow has longer range than a charge rifle. But what I think I'm going to do is gear, tell her to drop this, and then I'm going to force equip. Didn't really want to wake her up. Okay, R2-D2. Can you equip that? And we're going to end up drafting Luke here. It's kind of early in the morning to draft him, but we're going to try and play a hit and run game here. And the reason why I want him to have longer range is to do that, to play that hit and run game. All right, so they're going to be preparing. Now, we really don't want them... We want them to run through these traps, ideally. So if we can get them to do that, that would be ideal. I'm going to come out through this exit. If I can hit them from here, I doubt I will be able to. So what I want to do... Alright, so bow. Will it give me information on this guy's bow? Range, 32. So he's actually going to be able to outrange me by a very slight amount, if I remember correctly. So gear, assault rifle, 31. So it's a difference of 1. So it's only going to be a very slight difference. It would have been a difference of 10 with a charge rifle. So I may be able to pick these guys off from range. And then just run, because Luke is fast. Oh. Alright, so the guy with the bow is already attacking me, I think. Fire at him. Alright, run. He might be able to take a shot at me. But the goal here is to try and get them to chase me into the trap area. They really quickly formed up a line. Well, they have a lot of bows. That's a lot of long-range firepower that they've got there. Alright, well, we did get a couple shots on that guy, so he'll be bleeding while they're trying to prepare. By the way, I should probably restrict these guys into Area 2 so they're not going outdoors. Except for Luke. I may eventually recruit R2-D2 to kind of help out with this attack. Alright, so we're going to kind of shimmy up. Keeping myself in defensive position. Alright, let's run. We can get them to chase after me. That would be ideal. Okay, I'm not a fan of the fact that he just shot at me and almost hit me. Oh, we hit another one. I don't know how severe these gunshots are that we're hitting them with. A little bit of damage here and there. I mean, it will bleed. That one's bad, so that will bleed. And hopefully get us some good results. It should also slow them down. I've noticed. Sometimes when you get injuries, they slow you down a little bit. We'll just kind of shimmy up here until we get into range. This guy's big. Okay, now we'll run. See if we can get them to chase. They all have bows. I don't really expect them to chase too far. We got a lot more gunshots on them now. Okay, so they're starting their assault. Okay, we already dropped one. Okay, I'm gonna run. Ow. Okay, so a little bit of a hit there. Okay. Ideally, we want to go somewhere. Oh, good. We have a solar flare, so our power is going to be out, so that means our gun turrets are done. Okay. Go up this way. Okay, we dropped another one. We're going to have to run here. Okay. Dropped another one. Alright, R2-D2, I'm going to need you, I think. Because we have no gun turrets active. And this guy has already tripped half the traps, so... I mean, we've dropped 3 of them, but there's a ton of these guys, so... Alright, so we've dropped another guy. I'm going to put Luke over here. And then R2-D2 next to him. Okay, I'm not a big fan of this. We dropped most of the guys that have bows. All right. All right, so this is very dangerous, what's going on right now. Okay, he's dropped. I think we go inside and deal with this later. Because Luke has now gotten his finger cut off, which is not good, as he is our main guy. I mean, we've dropped a lot of these bastards. That solar flare screwed me so hard, because the gun turret would be killing these guys like crazy right now if it was up and running, but it isn't. And I believe the spear thrust is what did the finger torn off. All right, well, it's to the point where I think we're going to have to take Luke and have him rest. I think this is his bed. Yeah. All right, we're going to make that a medical bed. We're going to undraft him. We're going to make him rest until healed. I'm going to make old Ben get up here and treat him. Let's take a look at his health. Okay, so he's on full medical treatment. That's fine, because with what injuries he has... He lost a finger, which is going to be a permanent injury, and there's not a whole lot I can do about that. I don't know if it has any permanent effects. Doesn't say so. Alright. So what we're going to try and do here is just take some pot shots at these guys. So they just lit my crops on fire because they're assholes. Okay, we dropped another one. Fire at this guy. Okay, we dropped another one. Okay, they're trying to break my solar panels, which I'm not a fan of. Okay, they're gonna run now. We're gonna kill as many of these bastards as we can. Alright, maybe I'm not. Alright, this fire is gonna get out of control if I don't stop it. Okay, old Ben, can you get up and prioritize treating? Unfortunately, I could kill this guy, but the fire is more my concern, so I'm dealing with that instead. But again, if that solar flare hadn't happened, these guys would have gotten murdered so much easier than what actually happened. So we end up having a permanent injury on Luke, which is unfortunate. I honestly don't know if I really care to get a lot of these weapons that are out here. Unless they're made out of steel, I think I'm going to ignore them. So yeah. And we'll be stripping most of these assholes that attacked me. Okay. Well, we dropped a lot of them, but unfortunately Luke is very injured now. So he lost his ring finger on his right hand. It doesn't... It says his manipulation is weakened, so... Until we find a way of repairing that damage with a prosthetic or something. Okay, a cow has given birth. What would we get? It is a male calf, so that will be probably slaughtered. It seems like... Yeah, we have 2 male calves, so... Alright, looks like we're gonna have some calf meat. Because I'm not gonna wait until they grow up, because it seems like that takes a really long time. Because right now, we've got 4 calves. Okay, that's female. Let me go through this list. So we've got female, female. Okay. And then we have a juvenile adult. So we're going to keep the females around. The calves, the male calves are going to die. As long as the bull isn't like super old. He's age 7. That's fine. We'll keep him around. But we'll kill the male calves. We'll keep the female cows around, I guess. And a lot of these guys are just gonna end up going to the dead pile. I'm gonna have to be careful of the traps, though. Solar flare is still affecting us. I don't know if the batteries recharge. Old Ben. What's your deal? Oh, yeah, psychic drone. Did you feed Luke? You did. Okay. So, yeah. Our best character just lost some manipulation in his hand, which is terrible, unfortunately. I don't know if that affects his accuracy at all. I mean, he did good work for us. He did drop a lot of these guys. If we had had the gun turret active, I probably wouldn't have been... I could have removed him from the dangerous situation he was in. Probably I should have had him run earlier than I did, but I was concerned with getting overrun. And I wanted to kind of stand my ground and try and just drop that guy. We did drop him shortly after he inflicted the injury that tore off Luke's finger, but I guess in the end, Luke's hand is destined to be lopped off, right? And be replaced by a prosthetic one. Okay, so the solar flare just ended. And hopefully this psychic drone will end sometime in the near future. Curious of why these dead bodies are not being moved. I guess there's a lot of stuff going on. We have a little bit of beef now. So we can change the bills to be fine meals, because we should have the resources to do that. Oh, really? She can do fine meals now? Take a look at her. Cooking's only at a 4. Did she make fine meals at a 4? She maybe was working on a different thing, working on a simple meal. This is where Luke is so valuable. He's our main cook. He's our main combatant. We have a mad animal, which is where? It's an iguana. All right. Well, R2D2, you're going to be drafted. Because you claim that you're idle. Oh, restrictions. That is the reason why nobody was doing anything. There we go. Okay. Where's that iguana? Over there? I actually lost track of it. I think that's it. Man, these stone doors take forever. Well, that was quick. Okay, R2D2, you can be undrafted, and you might as well haul the dead iguana. Okay, so I was wondering why nobody was hauling the dead bodies, and that was because they can't, because the restrictions. Alright, well the injuries to Luke were really not that bad. We just got unlucky with the cut off finger. Which, this is why I don't like to have my people take care of combats. I'd prefer the turrets and the traps to take care of that stuff. Unfortunately, they're just a large mob and they managed to force their way through the traps. They dropped a few of them, but not enough. And again, the gun turret was out because of the solar flare. You know, just bad timing. And that's another part of this game, is you get a lot of things happening at the same time that makes a bad situation even worse. But in any case, I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.